Hey everybody, Mark Schultz here. We are again down here at the MRO Americas Orlando 2021. I'm with Jim Baccarosa, he's over there, and I'm Mark Manelli and myself. And we're going to put our masks back on because it's protocol here to have masks on, so we're going to put them back on, all right? But, it's always nice to be able to see somebody's face when we're talking. But, hey, we're down here at the MRO Americas, a lot of different companies, a lot of people that I have been talking to over the last year that we're meeting down here in person. And Jim over here is with two companies, with Proven Air and with Air Spares Unlimited.
Great.
And Mark is with Air Spares Unlimited. Yep. Mark, I just want you to tell us real quickly, who are you and what do you do with Air Spares Unlimited?
Really simple. We're a focused landing gear, wheel, and brake supplier for Airbus and Boeing.
Okay, focused landing gear supplier. Now, what does that really mean? What do you really do? Give me the details.
We basically go out there and we buy and we sell landing gear, wheels, and brakes with a very high percentage of our sales coming from landing gear.
From landing gear. And why would I buy a landing gear from you as opposed to anybody else?
Well, because we work, we focus on the records quality, and that's really what sets us apart. Is we are running our records through a software technology called Proven Air Technologies, and that is what Jim's company is doing. They're providing the world's only landing gear back-to-birth trace software solution.
Okay, records. Who cares? Is that important or what? Who cares about records?
It's very important because it's the quality. The records will affect the safety of the aircraft.
Now, how does that affect the value of the landing gear?
Well, it affects it tremendously. It could mean the difference between landing gear that's worth nothing and a landing gear that's worth $1 million, depending on the configuration.
And why are you guys unique? Why would, if I bought from you and I said you guys are focusing more on records, why is it any different than anybody else out there?
Well, so they're, typically when people buy aircraft, they have, a set inventory that's given to them or consigned to them. We're going out there and working with the best vendors in the industry that can support landing gear quality and records, and we're buying the best assets for our own full internal stock, and then we're putting out those great assets with great MRO tags out to the industry.
Okay, and how do people get a hold of you if they want to talk to you about landing gear that are high quality and that are right price?
You can email us at sales@airsparesunlimited.com, or you can
sales@airsparesunlimited.com. Okay.
Yep. Or call us at 315-313-4247.
315-313. 4247. I'm just speaking up to make sure everybody can hear us because it's kind of noisy here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Now, Jim, you also have a product that you focus on called Proven Air.
That's
now,
correct.
What is that and how does that fit into landing gear?
So Proven Air was developed to automate the back-to-birth trace process for life-limited parts.
Yeah.
Because what is happening in the industry are all of your life-limited parts for engines, landing gear, APUs and such, right? The requirement now from buyers, lessors, airlines, is that they want full traceability. And so they need to have all of the paperwork digitized and look and find any gaps in that, right? And that really goes back to safety, quality, right, and completeness of these records.
Yeah. Now, how frequently do you find gaps in the records?
I'll give you one statistic, Mark. So we have currently in the Proven Air system around 850 assets, primarily landing gear and engines. Guess how many of them, and these are from top-tier airlines, top-tier MROs, guess how many of them had perfect back-to-birth trace?
50%.
No. Zero.
What?
None. So what is happening, and because it's almost impossible, because all of the process to evaluate this paperwork is being done manually. Meaning they're printing pieces of paper and a human is going through line by line, paper by paper, and we're talking hundreds of documents, hundreds of parts, hundreds of serial numbers, different formats, and it takes forever to manually do that.
Okay. Now, how does your process or your software improve that?
Okay. So our process, what we do, we offer two different options. One is just give us your paperwork. We take that and we digitize it. It goes through our machine learning and our artificial intelligence to dedupe those pages, because how many times do you get the same file 20 times from a vendor, right?
Okay. All right,
Mark
okay.
knows this because he sells landing gear all day long.
Yeah, all right, okay.
Okay. The second thing that we do then is we classify those documents. Our system knows, is it an 8130? Is it a non-incident statement? Is it an LLP sheet? Once we do that, we go through an OCR process where we built scripting and templating over the top of it to extract that data. And then we built the world's only back-to-birth trace algorithm. So our algorithm now analyzes all that data in real time and dynamically builds you a back-to-birth trace history outlining all of the events in the life of that asset, be it an engine, be it a landing gear, APU, and such.
Okay.
And it points out where there's gaps in cycles or mismatches in serial numbers or whatnot. And now an analyst can then go and investigate that and repair it.
Yeah, but some of those records are in pretty rough shape. I mean, you guys can deal with records that are in rough shape.
Well, that's not an easy problem to solve.
Yeah.
So we have built a lot of tools into the platform because you might not be able to tell, is that a B or an 8, right?
Yeah.
Or it might be handwritten. It's very hard to read. Or it's a 20-year-old document that got scanned, by somebody, 20 years ago. And the quality has been degraded. So those aren't easy problems to solve. So what we're also currently working on are integrations with some of the leading records management systems out there that have already digitized that information, right? So if you're a customer of one of those systems, we will soon offer an integration with those systems that we can take that data and run it through our algorithm immediately in real time.
So somebody could come directly to you to use your product, or they may be going to their current records supplier.
That's correct.
In order to be able to use the Provenair to be able to improve their record keeping right now.
That's correct. That's
Awesome.
correct.
Right,
We will provide them what we call our dynamic trace engine, right? They've got all their documents scanned and digitized in a system. We will take that data and tell them where they have mismatches, gaps, and cycles, and those sort of things.
Okay. How do people get in touch with you, Jim, regarding Provenair?
Okay. The easiest way to reach me, it's my email is jim@provenair.com.
And how do you spell Provenair?
Provenair.
Okay, jim@provenair.com.
Great.
Hey guys, listen, it was really great talking to you. I wish you the best, and we're making a lot of connections here. Hey, if you want to look behind me, there's a lot of people here at the show, and it's not as big as what it normally is, but definitely there's a lot of people here, and it's really great to be able to meet people in person. I've done, I've interacted with Mark and with Jim over the last year virtually, and now we're interacting face-to-face in Orlando.
Great.
Hey, everybody, reach out to them, and if you have a landing gear problem, you need to buy a landing gear, reach out to Mark. And if you have a records challenge and you need to improve your records, reach out to Jim.
Awesome.
Everybody, thanks. Hey, thanks, guys, for joining me on this broadcast.
Thank you, Mark.
Go digital.
Go digital. Fair winds and following seas to all of you. Bye for now.